in-game first. We're going to make it into a surprise. Trex, before we go into the game, what do you think about the drafts?
Honestly, I like Devu. I think they have a lot of movement. They feel clean. ONIC, the Kadita pick is definitely a little spicy. We haven't seen, I mean, Kadita has a very low win rate, low pick rate, hasn't really been picked a whole lot. But if it's going to be on a certain side, wait, was that a Rome? Was that Keyboy Kadita there?
That's what I've been saying, man. We're jumping into the land of dawn. Well, Keyboy.
It flew under the radar for me.
Like I said, that's why I said during the drafting phase, man, this is about ONIC. ONIC can flex things around. Keyboy on deck Kadita. Can he use that to win? Or will the Matilda Akai combo win it for DEUSVULT?
Okay, so I think what we're seeing here on the side of ONIC is they're bringing aggression, and the thing about Devu is they like to slow down aggression. They like the diggy pick. They like to try to pace things a little bit slow in the beginning, and I think Coach Yeb sees that. So we're gonna lock in the Dairoth, we're gonna lock in the level 4 Kadita, we're gonna bring in all these things to really try to bring that smoke as quick as possible.
There's a lot of damage potential coming in from ONIC, let me tell you that. Keyboy first item can be that Genius 1, and having Sans on this board, being a setup as well as reducing the opponent's magic resist, like, it's gonna be a lot. For ONIC, they have potential early, mid, and even in late. They got the 1-1. Like, damage all around.
Yeah. You give plenty of time to allow CW to build up here right on this 1-1 later in the game, but also a lot of this setup potential from both teams. ONIC is kind of scary early on, right? Especially knowing once that level 4 spike comes in, having a Gore there available to you, you're pairing it up with a Kadita. The damage potential early on is what the biggest obstacle right now for Devu is here as they get it situated.
I want to say this, luckily, ooh, wait a second.
Okay, they're already going to use the heavy spin on Kairi and Boots. Gonna lock him down under the turret! Kairi is taken out, first blood for Devu here. All leading into that turtle 20 seconds away.
Something to note as well, Manchester was level 4, Kairi was level 3. I wanted to ask Trex this. Looking at the lineup from ONIC, we see this kind of lineup, and there's one thing. It's a risky draft. It's one of those things where you have a very small window. So what is the potential mishaps that can happen with ONIC on this draft?
I mean, as long as it's, I mean, Kairi, yes, you don't want your jungler to go down, but Kairi isn't going to be the major damage dealer. This definitely puts a little bit of a slower tempo to what ONIC wants to bring now. I think they know they can't try to cheese DEUSVULT. I think they come into that thinking, oh, we're going to make an early EXP lane gank, but wait a second for Turtle.
They're going to actually fight for this penalty zone there. Manchester able to secure it, though. Keyboy going to be taken out. Kairi tries to get away, but the response is there. It's a double for Kid Bomba. Now Boots going to be in trouble, surrounded here. Gets slammed down. It's a triple for Kid Bomba.
Bomba la bomba!
4-0.
Dropping it down.
3 minutes in, 4-0 right now. DEUSVULT are putting down Das Boot.
That's good, that's good. Now, this is the conversation I want to have. ONIC having a full, not full, but a lot of damage on their lineup. The moment their front line can't do much, the team has to work very creatively on how they can engage into a fight and then having a clean team fight, because that's one of those things. If one part of the equation crumbles, the whole map falls apart.
And literally, all of the equations are crumbling. Boots, the Dairoth, who you want to be aggressive at first, with something. Both teams are going to back off of Boots. Has that early aggression, right? He's already taken a death. Keyboy has the early aggression. Supposed to have a big spike at level 4. Already taken a death. Now, with Kairi taking 2 as well, what's the level difference? 6 to 6. Luckily, Kairi's farm. Oh, wait a second.
Heavy spin already going to be used by Magister. Sawo there, though, help him out with the guiding wind. So they disengage. But yeah, your points there, Trex, you know, it's going to all fall into place here, really, on how they deal with those power spikes. And so far, Devu's done a good job.
Yeah, I kind of feel like isolating the frontliners is going to be very good, because if frontline can do well, not much can be done. Sawo finds Kairi, but CW is there to back it up. Now the other question is, DEUSVULT, how do they proceed from here? Should they increase the aggression? Like, where should they assert their dominance?
I think definitely assert dominance as much as possible in this early game. I think you come into this thinking that you might not have a good early game, and now that they do, they need to keep up the pressure, because what did we start all this with? ONIC? Oh, there's the aggression.
Taken out so quickly there. Snap of a finger, Keyboy, now the second death. Second turtle going to be up here too. Kid Bomba keeping Boots at bay. Rest of the team putting pressure on Kairi on the purple, so That's just going to be a turtle going in the hands of Devu for now. ONIC just trying to scrap to stay in this game. Again, the lead for Devu, 2.2k ahead.
Yeah, and looking at the top lane as well, I've been looking at especially the mid laners, how they've been rotating all over the map. It looks like Sans, he has to man-to-man defense against the jungle. So he's been checking the purple buff quite a bit, looking at the orange buff every once in a while to understand where Magister is. So I kind of feel like for ONIC, they're mid laners now. Oh, gonna get caught.
No. Locked down once again. And it's just like earlier as he's taken out in a split second. ONIC struggling here.
Trash, we got to talk about Keyboy's positioning. He was nowhere there.
I know, and DEUSVULT's picking it apart. They're seeing those cracks in the armor right now, and they're just finding them one by one by one. I think ONIC needs to actually slow down. They're the ones who, and even this, Kairi's positioning, yes, he should go for this, but it is very risky at this point with a 3k gold deficit.
I just like that DEUSVULT, they have the understanding that they're in the driver's seat, and they're not slowing down.
Yeah, even with this, you know, again, what can you commit? Kairi has to get back. Still, as they work around this deficit, they work around this lead, they're trying to just buy some time. At this point, your plan for the power spike early game has been stopped, right? So ONIC, how do they deal with this? The other challenge for Devu with the lead that they have is to make sure that it doesn't slip out of their hands as the game progresses.
So my question is actually for Naisu, when can we expect Sans to start dishing out the damage? Does he have to wait for 2 or 3 items?
Usually, I would say, you know, 2, 3 items. I would say the 3, right?
3,
because
yeah. Now they're behind.
Yeah, now that you have Keyboy here, usually the interaction works out well, right? All he's got is the locked-in item for the Enchanted Talisman. Now, the interaction should be, okay, who's going to reduce some of that magic resistance and then work from there? This could be Kid Bomba. That's what they're going to go for. The Mystic Gush, but the kill goes to CW as they clear it through. Finally on the board for ONIC.
All right, a little win for ONIC there, and that's going to be important for them. One of the big, I think, things that's going to seal the deal here is if DEUSVULT's truly in the driver's seat, is this turtle and the next Lord. As I mentioned, even with Kairi maybe not doing that great.
Oh, they're going to go for it. Certainly, you're going to be popped down. Still, Sawa taking so much damage. Has to back off. There's the air time. Magister going to pop the heavy spin. But he's zoned down Sans with a Mystic Gush once again. Kairi will get the turtle here. ONIC now fighting back into this game, lowering that gold lead.
We talked about this before the game starts. ONIC does this. They'll be like, oh, you guys have a chance, you guys have a chance, and then all of a sudden 1 or 2 items, and then they make the change.
I want to point out, when you asked about the itemization earlier, Keyboy did just pick up the Genius Wand before that fight unfolded, and that's what I was looking for, right? The interaction with the Gourd and the Kadita, it took them a little bit longer, they need a little more time, but now that you have that, right, you have the Genius Wand there, paired up with the true damage from this Gourd, that's where it gets troublesome in terms of damage control against ONIC if you're Devu. Look at this, already whittled down that gold lead. We're going to look for a play here in the bottom. Carve, you're going to be in trouble. Gets taken out. Sawo next as he falls as well in the bottom lane. ONIC decisive in the bottom.
So before, the rotations were a little sloppy. They were a little bit, you know, getting picked off one by one. But once ONIC starts to come together as a unit, now they're the ones catching those weaknesses in DEUSVULT.
I gotta say as well, while Nice was talking about the item Sans, getting that lightning truncheon, it's very special to see how ONIC, they have this discipline that the moment they get what they want, their entire personality in game changes.
I don't know, man. ONIC, even, I don't know how they do it, man. Like, how do you have Boots, who's 0-1, still come in and just unloading damage? Keyboy, who starts the game 0-1, 0-2, just unloading. DEUSVULT, and it doesn't feel like DEUSVULT is doing anything incredibly wrong here.
Exactly, I agree.
But ONIC is just kind of outclassing them in some of these team fights.
So what does DEUSVULT have to do now? Because the goal lead isn't that different. Like, it's not 1,000 different, so should they move as a team as well? Because I see that difference between DEUSVULT and ONIC.
They're playing. One thing that they're doing well is keep our eyes on Kid Bomba. He's taking some off-lane towers. He's trying to make sure the lanes stay even. And as long as they can do that, what it's going to come down to is these Lord fights. And I still think Magister has a good opportunity in trying to zone Kairi away. But the way he approaches these, the way his teams and Carvey approaches these fights is going to be critical in them.
I kind of feel like at this point, they got to focus on Keyboy as well as Sans. Take them out first, because if not, you're going to take way too much unnecessary damage. Because the poke coming in from ONIC is much stronger than DEUSVULT.
Well, even this, already the poke potential coming through. Lord, still going to be worked on. Circling Eagle used, but no commitment. Conceal going to be next. Keyboy looking for his own setup there. Going to get spotted out, though. Goes in. Won't be able to land it just yet. Finds one still. Heavy spin also going to be utilized. Missing Gush comes down. They find him, but Magister gets the Lord. They're still going to have to win the fight. Boots, everybody alive from ONIC. Kid Bomba went down, but Devu secures the objective.
Let me just say, that was an amazing play coming in. DEUSVULT, sure, Kid Bomba was sacrificed, but Magister secured the Lord, even through all the poke coming in from ONIC?
And what was the questions we were just having? How is he going to deal with Kairi?
Yeah.
Can he match with the S tiers? And right now, Magister definitely performing, even at a deficit, even at having an issue, he's able to secure possibly one of the most important objectives right now.
One of the interesting as well for the Akai here, for Magister, he has the Azure Blade to make sure that he's top on mana. Very interesting build by him.
Yeah, those guys, you know, when we talked about in the interview, they said to watch out. Now the bottom side going to be the focus. Once again, Kairi going to get caught out, in trouble here. Let's see the response. Sawo, though, taken out really quickly. Still Magister there on the back side. Boots going to be taken out. Lord finally works on. Heavy spin comes down. CW, though, still alive amidst it all. Carvey will get taken out. How is ONIC still fighting back? Kid Bomba comes in, jumps in. Kairi, though, Magister one hit away. It'll be a double for Kairi. It's Kid Bomba left alone, but he gets taken out. Everybody gone from Devu. It's a wipeout.
How long was that team fight that we see 2 ults from Kairi?
Yeah.
Right? 2 Appraiser's Wrath. He did it the first time to start things off, and then the second time as well. And like I said, DEUSVULT, find a way to deal with Sans. Find a way to deal with Keyboy. Because they got CW and they still lost.
So there was a critical point in that team fight. Carvey was getting some free shots. He tries to get the person that's pinned. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was Boots. But he has to walk into the magic gush to do it.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like trying to play it, and then he dashes away, but he takes too much damage. And then finally, he gets burned out. And that's just, I think that was the big critical moment where that team fight turned around.
CW as well, because we got to talk about how Akai's heavy spin works, because there are portions where you can use your skills. And what CW used was the Wind of Nature. Yeah. And that was enough to keep him surviving against Carvey.
Yeah, and technically he should have been taken out, right? But the fact that the way that he utilized the Wind of Nature, able to survive that longer, bring the fight further on, and then, yeah, you're working against that Mystic Gush, right? It's a long beam that you have to kind of work around.
No wonder you like this hero.
Hey.
It's kind of good.
Yeah,
It's kind of good. Sometimes.
You know, there's,
yeah,
let's not talk about that. I know we don't want to talk about that, Trace, right? Hey, it's all right. Right now, though, as they kind of work around this, they're going to continue to get the space here on the map. 10 seconds away from that Lord Carvey. Now getting to tier 2 in the mid lane, though. Keyboy should be fine, as he is. Now everybody getting a position for the objective.
So Lasophobia really doing work. I'm looking at Kid Bomba as well as Magister, but more importantly, Sao. Sao can bring someone straight onto Sans, but the positioning coming in from Kairi Boots is not giving opportunity. Sao sees Sans, but he's thinking about it. Does he want to circling Eagle in?
You know, I gotta say, what DEUSVULT's doing very well right now is consistently attacking those side lanes. They just sent Carvey over to take the tier 2 in the bot side, and that is gonna be one of the things that maybe helps them out, helps them hang on to this game and push it to the late.
Okay, right now, Keyboy waiting patiently there. It's gonna get spotted out. Lord's still gonna be worked on. It's half health here. Mystic Gush gonna come down. Solo has to get back. Still gonna be fighting Boots there in the front of it all. Another penalty zone comes down. Still working for it. Boots taken out. Winter Trotching gonna be used. Still looking at the hair time though. CW goes in with the crossbow of Tang. Takes out Kid Bomba. But the positioning for the Lord here, they're gonna zone out Kairi, and they will get the Lord for Devu.
Devu's control, man! What? They can control the Lord against ONIC. This is
unprecedented.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at these items now, and they're doing this. Here's the thing, man. They're doing this with a gold deficit. This is something you only normally see from the likes of Blacklist, AP Bren, ONIC, you know, Geek Fam, whoever, top S-tier teams, right? Not from the Dark Horse. And right now they are showing that they're willing to take those 50-50s. They're willing to take those risks, even when they are behind 3K gold.
Hey,
Dark Knights, man.
Put them there with the best right now because they're still here in that upper bracket. And right now, they're doing a great job against ONIC despite that lead that they have. Going to go ahead and clear up this tier 1, the Lord up on the top side.
Right now, for ONIC, they have a goal lead, but DEUSVULT, they definitely have the prio in the positioning all around the map. They're controlling this very, very well, and I feel like DEUSVULT, they're playing this well because they're able to bait out a lot of key skills coming in from ONIC, and then once they use that, they find that window to strike.
All right.
Oh, already going to use Mystic Gush, though. This Kid Bomba should be fine, quite tanky himself, but this is a lot of checking here with the kit that ONIC has. One of the great things, too, about having a Gord is the ability to clear these lanes pretty quickly, right? As the game goes on, it's a great high ground defense hero that lets you keep control of some of these lanes, some of these minion pushes in.
Okay, so as this game goes on, I'm trying to think if we get into that 20-minute mark, if we get to that 60K gold mark, you know, where does everybody stand? Look at the damage it's dealt from Sans.
That's my boy.
Literally almost double of what Sunset Lover's doing. CW falling right after that, but into the late game, right? Carvey, we know he's going to start chunking. I feel like Boots will slowly start to fall off, will slowly start to have less impact, as Kid Bomba's going to have a much larger impact in these objective fights. Here's the thing, though. If CW never gets picked off, he is going to consistently capitalize on Kid Bomba. He's going to consistently capitalize on Sawo every time they try to do that circling eagle in. Yep. So they need to be careful about CW and keep tabs on him in these team fights.
All right, gentlemen, now we got to talk about the proactive play because DEUSVULT, they have been doing very well at the Lord fights. And already a flicker being used. The question is, what is DEUSVULT going to be fighting for? Because if they keep fighting for the Lord, it's always going to be a risk. But once you get the Lord, what are you looking for next?
Movement right around the map. That's great. Given that whole kind of idea of this Lord, it's great that they got the flicker out from Sans, right? He is top of the damage meter right now, doing a lot of checking, a lot of checking of these bushes and everything. So if they can utilize the fact that Sans might be pressured, right, to either cut the Mystic Gush short or even get the kill, Devu's going to have a high favor in this Lord Dance as they go ahead and get in position.
Yep, right now the Lord Dance has started. Kairi as well as Magister. Looks like Kairi is able to leash the Lord to the side. Sans, we saw that.
What
was a mistake.
That?
This DEUSVULT,
yeah, they know.
Is DEUSVULT going to use this
Did they
mistake?
see it?
Are they going to use this window?
They've got to have that information. Again, no flicker, no ultimate available for Sans. That is a big resource gone, but still, Devu taking their time with this Lord Dance. Kairi and everybody waiting in position. Boots, look at Keyboy's positioning as well. Sans gonna have it once again, staying there from the distance.
Keyboy.
No one committing just yet.
Keyboy hiding out in that tri-bush right now. I'm just waiting for the big play to happen, but Devu has to be prepared for it. Here he comes.
Gonna go in for the backside, trying to find Carvey. Carvey could be in trouble. Mystic Gush though gonna come down. Airtime is there from CW. Sawo in trouble. Gonna get whittled down as he falls. And ONIC claps back in a decisive moment. And it's Devu running back.
Dude, Kairi still got that Lord.
First Lord though.
Kairi!
That's how it feels probably right now.
Hold on, they might try to end.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the base. Carvey gonna be in trouble once again. Gets taunted. The damage is too much. And now it's Sunset Lover and Magister trying to keep them at bay. Minions gonna be cleared very quickly. ONIC though, can they end it here? Waves pushing in. Gonna go ahead and stun. Still Sunset Lover. They gotta wait a little bit longer. Base gonna be worked on though. Here comes the next wave.
Kid Bomba.
Kid Bomba now up. Can they keep him at bay? ONIC, huge lead. Gonna focus him down. Mystic Gush is too much as Magister gonna be taken out. The airtime once again from CW. Sawo trying to keep Sans at bay, but another body's gonna fall. It's a double. Sunset Lover. Winter Tranchant gonna be utilized, but it won't be enough as ONIC takes game number 1.
DEUSVULT controls the game. Runs long.
We gotta break it down. Dude, he's throwing you off, man.
Dude, this is your moment. Analyze.
All right, let's take a look at this team comparison. Right now, ONIC does have the better draft by the stats, of course. By the stats. They have a little bit more CC, they have the Cho, and I think the Cho is going to be a great answer when we look at this Novaria. It's something that can get back to that backside, and you pair that up with the Valentina, it looks like a very rough first 5 minutes for the side of Devu.
We're going to jump into the game where the mindset is the key. If you think you're gonna win, you're gonna win. If the opponent is a problem, pretend it's not a problem. Let's jump into the line of dawn. Will this Valentina be a problem for DEUSVULT?
Ooh, there's the flex, Kairi. Oh!
Yo, shout out to Merkel, it's a Fredrin EXP. I like that even as an anchor, I can call things out. Who would have
They
thought?
just switch it up, you know? They like to switch it up.
How do we feel about the Dairoth jungle, though? I mean,
Look
we've
at
seen
my
it done
face.
before. Yes.
See, I'm happy.
You're not.
Dude,
You're frowning.
No, I'm not. Dude, don't lie to the audience. I'm grinning.
All right. So you feel good about it?
No, we got to talk to the analysts. What do you think, Trex?
I think the Fredrin could actually have a decent matchup up against Kid Bomba, depending how you time the taunt.
Yeah.
If Kid Bomba tries to, dash in close to you, get that Dauntless onto you, then there's some possibilities there to maybe taunt him up, stop him in his tracks, and slow things down a little bit.
Speaking of slowing things down, does DEUSVULT want to slow down their tempo here just because they have the Novaria? They need at least 2 to 3 items to make sure that the meteors start to hit a little bit harder.
I mean, looking at all those wilderness blessings, they definitely want to try to keep pace at least, I can say that much. And because they have probably a slightly weaker laning phase, a little bit of a worse lane clear, I feel like, and it's a bit more dangerous for them to move around, having those in their kit is going to be very helpful when ONIC tries to maybe attack those side lanes.
Man, at this point, as we kind of look at things unfold rotation-wise early on, the biggest part for this is, do we actually see Devu want to win some of these early fights? Hold on, Sawa already with the damage coming through. First blood going to the hands of Kairi on this Dairoth jungle pick that we've been talking about for a while now. But, I guess that just completely gets rid of the question. They don't want to really contest this Magister. They're going to be forced to use that ultimate. Keyboy there alongside Kim Bomba. Still going to be going for it, but Turtle going to be worked on. Boots has to figure out Bomba. Goes in with the Bomba slash. Still going to be working. There's the way of the dragon. The target is Kid Bomba. Going to get punished as he's taken out as well. Plus the Turtle, the hands of ONIC.
Trex, we got to talk about the power spike coming in from Ani because having this Dairoth jungler, just the emblem setup, having the Rupture, you're already having a lot of penetration with this as an emblem. And then he also has the Fury Hammer. There's quite a lot of damage without committing to full items.
I mean, my main thing is, I wonder if that flex was kind of very last minute, especially seeing that the mid side was so weak for DEUSVULT, and that's exactly where they target first. Last game, they really tried to target in the XP lane, they messed it up, right? Yep. Kairi gets caught off guard, but this time, our target is Sawo, our target is Sunset Lover, and they make that work so well. Look at Sans right now, just completely dominating the mid lane, and watch for Kairi in the mid bush as well. You can already tell that is their focus, disrupt DEUSVULT mid side.
Okay, Keyboy should be fine, gets out just perfectly. Once again, Devu, one of the struggles here early on is some of that damage potential, right? It's going to lack a little bit here. They got to build some time, especially with the Novaria. We do know that typically Novaria can be found at the top of the damage meters, but still, you have to be able to work around what's being thrown at you from ONIC, especially the fact that they've already garnered themselves nearly a 2K lead at this point. And they're still putting the focus here now on the bottom side against Carvey.
Yeah. Well, caught my before that Magister is taking a bit of damage coming in up. Kairi.
There's the hard guard. Magister going to be the focus. The kick comes through. A double kick alongside the hard guard. Magister going to be taken out in a split second once again, even with the hard guard.
Now you mentioned the mallet, right? And that's right there. Like, Magister already has the breastplate there. He should be able to absorb damage, but just being able to shred through that right now. Ooh.
Okay.
Kairi.
Imagine if Kid Bomba pushed him towards Sunset Lover and Sunset Lover died.
Yeah, that would have been a feels map.
Feels real bad.
Feels bad, man.
One thing that caught my eye as well was before this, we saw the graphic of Brody going up against the Claude. Just by win rate itself, Claude has 66.67% win rate, and Brody so far in M5 have 33.33. So it's basically half. Right, so Claude has been winning at least double the matches of the Brody.
What's funny is for a while you would only see Claude 2 up against things like the Fermis, up against some of these very tanky compositions. But Claude has been getting picked left and right no matter what composition. He's been getting favored before many other marksmen, but Magister.
They're going to commit to Sans. He does flicker out, still holding on to the hard guard himself. Kid Boma going to jump in with a vengeance, but still going to work on it. Boots now has to flicker out. Torn apart, remember going to be used. Keyboard goes in with the way of the dragon. Hard guard there. There's the final slash again. Carvey going to be taken out. CW jumps in. Guns blazing. And it's sour to fall now. Kid Boma going to be in trouble as he's taken down in the mid lane.
A nice try from DEUSVULT there, and I love the fact that they're consistently trying to push even when they're at the deficit, but at some point you do have to slow it down. If they keep on trying that, it's going to keep hurting. They're in a bad spot here. I think at this point they need to try to hold on, let Sunset Lover get some items in.
We got to talk about a tempo here because ONIC is not slowing down. Magister keeps trying to find targets, but the damage from DEUSVULT is not there, especially if Carvey gets targeted earlier, because even though he has the Blade of Heptases, the initial hit is going to hurt. But it looks like still not enough, just because Keyboy is there.
I mean, they have the mechanics, right? We're seeing them make plays happen, but without that damage, those plays are never going to matter, and ONIC is going to be able to outlast you.
Sunset Lover now having the Lightning Truncheon. I want to say it's enough for them to deal the damage, but again, they got to find a way to deal the damage.
I mean, the way the past couple fights have gone, even when they sometimes are the ones initiating it, there just isn't enough right now, right? For the most part, even if Kim Boma finds the final slash he's looking for, it's kind of troublesome. They have more time. Again, he's going to use it, but it's on Keyboy. Now the focus once again. Hard guard come out from Sans. There's the way the dragon tries to stay alive. Finally, Keyboy will get taken out, but all this, the turtle's going to be worked on by Kairi. Will be able to secure the third one of the game. So Devu gets on the board here, but they give up another objective plus this turret.
I want to say that's still good coming in from DEUSVULT because I feel like as a shot caller, it gives you the confidence. No matter how bad the call is, if everyone says, okay, we're going to commit, they commit. I like this commit coming in from DEUSVULT.
All right, so taking a look at Sunset Lover, just locked in.
They're going to go for Kid Bomba here. Just taking care of a little overcommitment there from Devu to go for Sans.
Kid Bomba the sacrifice right now, just consistently getting picked off. He has been making some plays, but once again, DEUSVULT falling behind almost 5K gold. If this keeps up, the boiling point is going to come soon.
Dude, at this point, ONIC is pretty hot already.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know how much time DEUSVULT can buy, because again, in terms of scaling, Claude is one of those heroes that one of the dangers is not just the damage, it's the fact that it's so hard to catch. And with the lineup of DEUSVULT, not a lot of people can catch him.
And at what point do you I get that sometimes when you're behind, you want to still play like you're even, you want to try to go for it, but at what point do you really just back off? It's not like they don't have, late game possibilities here. Sadly, the Brody is going to take a while and it might even be too late for him, but wait a second.
They're actually going to fight this again for the purple bump. Final slash going to come through. Carvey has the hard guard, but Keyboy going to kick him again with the way of the dragon. Magister going to fall. CW jumps in, going, guns blazing. Carvey trying to run back, has the heals there from Sawo. Will be fine. No one fell from ONIC though. Magister down.
Dude, looking at this, I want to say DEUSVULT still has a chance. Just because they have the Novaria. They can clear the waves. They can buy time. Look at the damage now. Sunset Lover is doing the highest damage here with Carvey as well. But I feel like there's still a chance. I still feel Devu can come back from this one.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of damage, but they're also starting a lot of these fights. They're taking a lot of engagements, and ONIC is just winning out in the long haul. Yes, they're letting them give them some damage, but they're so ahead right now that that damage just isn't enough to take them down. DEUSVULT, First Lord coming up.
Keyboy.
I think there's...
Yep.
Look at Keyboy's placement, man.
He's going to wait patiently, but I don't think Devu even wants to commit to this. Looks like they're just going to give it up. They're waiting patiently there. So, Lord going to go in the hands of ONIC. Carvey. Oh, Carvey. Very close. Keyboy. Good discipline.
No. Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
He's going to be fine.
we set it up.
Yep. Now, actually, this might be the response, Keyboy. Slide on through still. Again, this is the deficit showing here. ONIC very confident on how they want to play this. Sans holding on to the final slash himself. And this is the adaptability that you see some of the best Valentina players, is how they utilize some of these ultimates from the other side.
Now the question is, Trex, what does DEUSVULT have to do? How are they going to make sure that they don't lose much more than what they have already lost?
Well, they've been taking these team fights very well. I have to give them that even though they are so far behind, most they've been losing is one member at a time in large scrims, in long-ending scrims. Kairi has been positioning himself greatly. Sunset Lover as well, and Sawo giving them all heals and finding those things perfectly. So I think at this point, if they hang on, and I mean hang on for dear life, Boots maybe overextends at some point, or maybe Keyboy overextends at some point. They find that, they wait for this bottleneck to come in, and they, maybe,
Again, a final slash going to be used, but they're going to go ahead and fight outside in the base. Hard guard already there. Keyboy, though, in the backside, going to get shut down already. Now Boots going to be the focus. Turret finally goes down. Kairi going to jump in, won't be able to land the strike. CW, though, jumps in. Kairi's taken out. Multiple bodies falling for Devu. 3 down. ONIC, though, happy with the turret on the bottom side.
That final slash coming in from Sans.
disgusting.
If Kid Bomba finds a 5-man final slash, it may not be enough. Let's be real, but it's a step in the right direction. But actually, this time, for real though, I feel like what he should do is not a 5-man slash. It's just 1 man. Like, I feel like at this point, pick off ONIC one by one, and then perhaps that's the way you do it.
You have to just get what you can at this point. You don't want to bring them all in. And here's the thing: I don't see CW getting caught right now. He's just been so greedy with that blazing duet. He always comes in at the very last minute, and it's almost like his target is Kairi.
Another Way of the Dragon going to be used alongside the Heart Guard. Final slash already using CW though. Even a half health could go in. And Boots will fall. Devu striking back here, happy to fight on against ONIC.
One at a time, man, one at a time. Eventually, everything will be equalized, right?
Yeah, but how are they doing? Like, I just can't. I'm even though they're losing, I'm having so much respect for DEUSVULT. They're 10K behind, but they're coming out on a fight, not even under their towers, but under the purple buff.
Numbers is just a concept.
It's not real. It's all about mentality.
Exactly. If you don't think you're 10K behind,
you're not.
It's all about that mentality.
Mentality, man, mentality.
Numbers are just numbers.
That's what I told the Starbucks girl the other day.
Really?
But she still said I had to pay for the coffee.
Yeah. What do you mean it's that much? It's just a number.
Maybe it is.
I said, this is what I have.
I would say, even though it's a concept, it's a very popular concept.
True.
Well, the concept right now, Lord going to be up. Keyboy in a similar position as earlier. So you're going to keep Magister at bay here. Lord already going to be secured. They force him back. Devu can't really contest these. Given the fact that they're 10K behind, that number is definitely true here.
Oh, yeah. Like, as much as you want to imagine it's not real, when it hits you, it does feel like, oh, that feels like a 10,000 difference.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when you look at all of the items and how far ahead ONIC really is. I mean, literally, nobody on the side of DEUSVULT is even close right now. Sawo only has 2 items, only the flask.
Kairi is 2 items behind.
Yeah.
Like, basically a 10,000 goldie means 2 items difference here. And 2 items is a lot of items.
But somehow DEUSVULT still holding on.
Hey, pretend it's not real.
Pretend it's not real.
Right now they got to deal with this Lord. Going to the bottom side. Final slash can be used for the minions. Help clear it out a little bit faster. But Kid Bomba, watch out away! Boots going to go in with a flicker of Prazer's Wrath to clean up the kill. So down Kid Bomba. Lord's still going to be worked on here. Devu holding on to 1 turret in the mid lane for a little bit longer. ONIC waiting patiently for this. Sans in the backside. What can Devu do to hold on here? Heart Guard going to be utilized still, going to be fighting now. Sans goes in on the backside on Kairi, forcing him to get back to heal up. They try to hold their own. Still, Boots going to be the focus. The shots come down. Torn apart memory to follow through. Lord finally gone. Devu, though, holds on.
Holding on so well. Even Kairi, when he gets targeted there, he gets final slash, adjusts over, then flickers back into safety where he's going to get some health back up. I mean, just their micro mechanics and everything that they're doing in these team fights has been so clean. Let's take a look at some of the damage dealt. Sans now taking the lead here, but Carvey and Sunset Lover following so close behind.
I would say the way that DEUSVULT is grouping up is making it very difficult for Keyboy to select a target. And we know Keyboy can do it. One of the best choke players in the world, but now Manchester is getting attacked.
You want to fight again. Kairi gonna get final slash into the squad. Devu wants to fight here. They're trying to go for it. Keyboy gonna get the kick. Carvey could be in trouble here. Can't get away as Sans gets the kill. Boots there trying to keep them at bay. Sans and Kairi quite low. Sunset Lover trying to shoot down from the distance. Devu still keeping it together despite the 12K deficit.
This is why Keyboy is one of the best choke players in the world, man. He found Carvey in that skirmish.
I mean, in DEUSVULT, though, here's the thing. They weren't like hanging on. They were trying to take that fight. They wanted that fight. They kept on pushing forward. All Sunset Lover has to do is actually land one of those meteors onto the back line. She consistently kind of connects onto Keyboy or connects onto Boots here. She needs to find CW or Sans. If Sunset Lover can do that, it could be a tide changer.
I'm wondering here, too, does Devu, is it better just to continue to defend in the base? Don't get caught out, don't get sandwiched, trying to actually contest these lords at this point.
I would say because of their poke, they can contest, but they shouldn't go heavy on it. It's like, just scout for division, try to figure out what's the next plan coming in from ONIC, and figure out a way how to disrupt it. Because having the Dyrov as well as having the Fredrin, they want to engage first. If you can somehow isolate them, then maybe you can do something. Because going for Sans, going for CW is going to be very... how do I say this? Very ambitious. If you can get them, then that's great, but you are hoping for them to make the mistake.
This is going to be the hardest Lord, though, right here. If they can get past this one, then honestly, there could be a hope. We're creeping really far into that late game.
See if they can hold it together. Lord, mid-side. Hard guard going to be used already. Keyboy going in with a conceal, looking for Carvey once again. Flicker on the defense, still going to hold it all together. Final slash going to be used in response. Torn apart memory comes down. They're holding on a cafe for now. Sans goes in with a flicker, finds Kid Bomba. But Devu, they still hold on. They've dealt with the Lord. Now they have to deal with these minions. Pushing in, still keeping it together. The jump in from Kairi. Carvey, Wind of Nature's not going to be enough as he falls. Magister next, and ONIC looks to take game number 2 against Devu.
ONIC starting things off in this battle.
Signature picks against them from ONIC. Again, we'll see how it all plays out. Kairi, though, this time is actually going to be on the Fredrin, you know, in the jungle, so they don't have any flex kind of surprise picks there.
All right, let's take a look at the index now. The great index that tells all. ONIC with a nice lead, 7.3, and they've consistently had the better draft index for a while now.
And now again, I want to see this Lancelot go bird hunting, because that's how you deal with a Diggy. You gotta kill him as fast as you can. I still can't believe the Diggy is 15 years old. But with that being said, we're jumping into the land of dawn.
All right.
All right.
We'll see how this all plays out. I love these fun facts, by the way, you know?
No weird switch-ups.
Yeah.
No Kairi in the EXP lane or anything like that. They're going to keep it nice and simple here. Everything but that bird. And honestly, ONIC's draft is kind of what I wanted DEUSVULT to bring. I wanted the Diggy. I wanted the Uranus on Kid Bomba. But ONIC, for me, seems to have gotten the better once again.
Man, it's like you had that wish list, you know?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there was no delivery.
Santa did not accept.
Yep, there was no delivery on that morning. Yeah. You didn't get what you wanted, but they're going to have to make it work if they want to extend the series here, now facing match point. Even emblem-wise, though, how's it looking?
Honestly, looking at the emblems here, I kind of feel like looking at the Diggy, having a little bit more cooldown here is going to ramp up the map control coming in from ONIC quite nicely.
Already poking here happening. Sans, though, going to join, but yeah, it is this Terizla, so it should be fine.
Looking at the matchup here, I like that DEUSVULT early rotations to the gold lane to make sure that Keyboy doesn't make it difficult for Carvey.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what DEUSVULT needs to do as well, because normally ONIC is the one that wants to try to, rotate around, try to come in and attack these side lanes. At least last game, they brought a lot of aggression into the mid lane. DEUSVULT like to fight. They like to do that, even if they're behind. So I think that is probably their saving grace here. If they want to try to come out on top of the game, just go for it.
Well, right now, as they kind of get prepped up for that first objective, going to be that turtle. You can see both teams trying to just duke things out right now, trying to get that level 4 available for that fight as it usually happens. Now, the fact, too, that you're going to be working against Magister here on this landslide could go in their favor if he's able to just kind of take it. But the challenge against him is Kairi, right? Double MVP so far for the series. They're going to back off for now, allowing Devu to just go ahead and take this positioning.
Yeah, I feel like as long as Keyboy doesn't have level 4, ONIC might not want to try to force a fight, but once that happens, ONIC may try to make the move in. DEUSVULT needs to try to secure this pretty quickly. Sawo already at level 4. A big thing for DEUSVULT here is going to be layering their CC, how they come at angles, how they work around Keyboy. Oh, and there it is!
Flicker into the implosion to the penalty zone. Still going to be going for it, though. Turtle in the hands of Devu, but they are going to get taken down as Kid Bomba and Sawo are the focus. Magister gets out, though, with the Phantom Execution. Sunset Lover, though, he should be just fine. So, ONIC able to punish Devu for that commitment to the turtle.
I mean, personally for me, I would take that trade all day because I kind of feel like, yes, you give the turtle, but in return, getting 2 kills is like, it not only accelerates your goal, but it slows down the opponent's goal. So I kind of feel like that is definitely worth it for ONIC.
Yeah, not only is it 2 kills, it's 2 kills in the front liners for DEUSVULT. 2 kills in the people that need to get some items in so they can withstand the damage that eventually comes from CW, so they can withstand the damage that eventually comes from Kairi and the rest of the team.
Right now, Magister, I kind of feel like he really needs to get that War Axe fast and start to make a difference. Like, I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but in this kind of situation, he can be that difference maker because he can force out quite a lot of skills and then giving an easier time for Sao as well as Kid Bomba to get that nice initiation.
And ONIC is on to DEUSVULT right now. San's hanging out in the gold lane as well, along with Keyboy. They know that they want to try. They know that DEUSVULT wants to try to get the pick off on a CW.
Hoots.
Ooh.
Okay, he's deep into enemy territory. But this is why you pick the Uranus. You can do this stuff, right? Go through on this side of the map and just get out with your life.
Being a Uranus, you have a checklist.
Yeah.
Oh
no, Carvey gonna be in trouble here. Kairi gonna go in with the Appraiser's Wrath. Won't be landed though. CW tries to go in. Kairi still goes in, gets the kill. Layering everything. Sawo gonna bob, gonna weave. Will be able to survive. Stays alive for that exchange, but they lost Carvey. ONIC still going to be going. Kid Bomba taking a couple shots here to the face. A 1 shot also from deep down from Sands, but they hold it together. Turtle now up, though.
Dude, again, looking at ONIC, the way that they're layering the damage, Sands doesn't miss. He keeps on hitting, and at this point, I kind of feel like it's good for DEUSVULT to force this out because Kairi's HP is low. They could force this.
Oh, see if they go for it. Kairi, though, swoops in, gets the turtle in the hands of Devu. Now going to be going for the fight. Boots, though, taking the brunt of the damage. Multiple members of Devu going to focus him down. Penalty zone to follow up. Boots will fall. Devu finds something out of the exchange.
All right, so Devu finally finds a kill on the map, but it's not slowing ONIC down at all right now. You know, at this point, it feels like game 1 was just a warm-up game for ONIC. It feels like some of those little mistakes were just a little bit of the rust, the overnight, wiping the sand out of their eyes, things like that. And now ONIC, the way they're playing is the way we always see them.
They have to figure out that ONIC, they're playing their game, and DEUSVULT in this 3rd game is being much more reactive and not as aggressive as we've seen in game 1 and 2. It looks like they're hesitating quite a bit more.
They're going to go for Kid Bomba. So defensively, penalty zone going to be used, but he's dragged back with the first time. Still, are they going to go for it? Kairi gives the go. Tries to cut him off from here. CW and Keyboy just chasing Bomba down.
Wow.
Once again, they're just going to force him out of the lane.
Terizla is faster than I thought.
He gets a little speed bonus from his first skill and everything.
Revenge strike. Yep. Revenge strike.
Oh, no. All right, taking a look at some of the items. CW holding a strong lead against Carvey right now, who's got the Haas Claws, working on the Berserker's Fury, only had to pick up the partial boot there, and even in the very beginning, he made sure he picked up the,
Sans gonna go for it. A clean kill from Magister. Now can he stay alive? They have the time's journey. They're gonna force it out from Keyboy as well. Devu coming back swinging. They get the tier 1.
Whoa.
Sawa gonna go in with the implosion, brings them back. Kairi's gonna be in trouble as Carvey gets the kill. Still gets the flicker out from Keyboy and CW. Boots joining the fight a little bit late here. Still gonna be the focus. Will be just tanky enough to survive. But Devu, they find wins where they can.
This is what I wanted from Magister. The moment he has the War Axe, he should be very proactive in getting those kills. If they keep this up, they're gonna overload ONIC.
And they do such a great job at waiting for that spike, right? And now that Magister's hit it, picking something like the Lancelot. Ooh.
He's finally gonna get taken down. That was a long exchange.
Picking something like the Lancelot where your only damage isn't just Carvey or Sunset Lover, you have a couple different power spikes that you can rely on. You have a couple different opportunities to try to take these fights. And even though Carvey took the death, even though he's falling behind CW, they still have Magister with 0 deaths who's been eating very good.
Right now, Magister as well, having that Thunderbelt is going to do quite well against Kairi as well as Boots as the frontliners, just because he does a little bit of true damage, but more importantly, slowing them down. Maybe not as effective going up against the Uranus, but definitely going to be effective going up against the Fredrin.
He's actually 1,000 gold ahead of Kairi right now. It just shows where Magister's head has been. He's been on farm, and now that he's where he wants to be, it's attack, attack, attack.
Oh, Sawa once again using Conceal. Implosion. Sans, though, gonna be just fine, utilizing that Purify. So he averts that, but still the focus here on the macro play are these side lanes. Devu able to get the lead that they wanted throughout the majority of this game. Can they hold it together? Kairi taking the brunt of the damage, gonna use the Appraiser's Wrath, but will be fine. All 40 seconds to that Lord coming up.
Right now, ONIC, they have to be careful of their positioning, because if they're in a straight line, it's going to be a little bit easier for Magister to use Puncture all the way through to go to Sans or even Keyboy. So I feel like that's part of the reason why ONIC, they're going to be mindful of how they approach the fights.
All right, so DEUSVULT. Whoa!
They want to go for Boots once again. The damage is true. Can they grab the kill? 3 members, a couple hits away. Carvey will grab the kill. So another exchange here.
Devu doing great with their macro right now. Before this exchange, Magister ran up to the top lane, pushed in the wave, so that Kairi and the rest of the team had to go up there to clear that. And they had to go together because they don't have the vision right now. And while that is happening, the rest of DEUSVULT goes to the bot lane and catches one of them off guard. If they can keep up this pace, it could look very good for them this game.
Personally, for me, DEUSVULT controlling this Lord, I would say go for a fight. Don't go for the objective, man.
Already using that Conceal. Penalty zone going to be used by Kid Bulma. Gets the flicker out from Keyboy, but they have to use the time's journey. Sans going to fire off a shot. Magister also less than half health. ONIC, they won't be able to get there in time as Kid Bulma falls. Does ONIC still want to fight here? Kairi at the front alongside Boots. Sunset gets a shot, but ultimately Devu comes out on top of the Lord.
Oh, they're probably going to lose this mid tower, but I still think... Oh, they're going to move... There it is. They lose the mid tower, but still, I think it's a good win for DEUSVULT, especially where this game started. They still keep their gold lead. They do lose Kid Bomba, but he'll be up in time to maybe help push one of these off lanes.
Potion going to be used once again. It's Boots the target, though. Not sure if they still want to be able to commit to it. Carvey, though, has to be careful again with this. CW working on this Lord. It's going to be up to them to defend here. Sawa still looking for an entry point. CW goes in. He flickers out. Magister going to be the focus. Echo comes down. Magister will fall to Sans. Kairi swoops in with Appraiser's Wrath, sending Carvey back. Does ONIC still chase down Carvey quite low? Should be fine, but ultimately can't find anything else.
Yeah, I missed it, but perhaps Magister missed a puncture, so he was stuck there in the middle. Like, the idea was there, because we saw how ONIC, they were stacking up, so it's going to be a little bit easier for Magister to go in. But yeah, a little bit of a micro mistake, but let's look forward that he doesn't do that again.
So taking a look at some of the items and just some of the gold overall, DEUSVULT did get a little bit of lead here, but Sans, man. He's got penetration in. He's got the lightning truncheon in. Whoa.
They're gonna go again. Boots the target. Everything thrown at him as he gets taken out. Now Kairi looking to cut them off. Goes in with a taunt. Carvey gonna be in trouble as well. Appraiser's Wrath comes down. They find another in Sans. Finds the double against Sawo. They punish Devu on the position.
I mean, Kairi there, the way he had his plan. He runs past everybody, gets into a spot where he's in between the three of them, then hits the taunt, and keeps everybody in check for just enough time for the rest of the team to get in play. We're going to take a look at this replay brought to you by Kadia, and watch for Kairi here, right? They find Boots, but he doesn't even go for Sawo, he doesn't go for Kibama, but he gets the taunt, knocks up Carvey, and then Sans finds the long-range shot from the outside just to make sure there are no escapees here.
Yeah, Kairi, the enabler, giving an opportunity for his team to follow up with the damage, and that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, once again, like I was saying, you know, it's great when Devu strikes and finds the wins. They get a lead, but they will get punished if those moments continue to happen, right? They have to be able to work around that. Again, multiple times we've seen that. Everything thrown at Boots. Everything trying to take Boots out of the picture, but then you're left there in that position for ONIC to kind of punish you. So we'll see if they actually adjust real time as they get prepped up for this next Lord here.
I mean, I get what they're trying to do, right? Because Boots is always the one who's by himself. So they think if they can keep on getting these like cheeky pickoffs in the side lanes, it'll slowly build them all up a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. But yes, at some point, they have to start attacking somebody else.
Right now, what's the approach for ONIC as well as DEUSVULT? How do they want to approach this Lord? Because they're going to have a Lord dance. But with a Lord dance, you have an idea in mind. So what's the idea here?
I don't know. It's definitely a tough one. I think a lot's going to come on to Sawo. Sawo is going to need to either try to push Kairi away. We see his positioning on the backside. And then Carvey's engage as well. I think Carvey doesn't want to try to jump in immediately. A lot's coming down to Keyboy when he pops it. When he pops the time journey, and it looks like Sunset Lover has gotten a time journey for himself as well. So a lot of it, I think, just comes down to timing for both teams.
Yeah, both these utilizing the times journeys here, but again, Vision going to the favor a little bit here of ONIC with that Astral Echo, able to work around that. Kairi going to hold the Lord here. We'll see how they all play around it as it's whittled down now to a fourth of the health. Shots coming out from Sans, still tough to deal with. Concealed Blade going to be used. Sawo looking for his own entry point. Will get spotted out. Penalty zone going to jump in. Kid Bomba, though. Boots also taking the brunt of damage. Kairi, though, gets the Lord. Sawo quite low. They have to get back to base and defend here. San's going to go in with another shot, but we will take a little breather.
All right.
Magister wasn't able to click Retry. It's almost like Kairi used his Thorn Rose to help his Retry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so timing great there by Kairi, and I would say that was a very good Lord dance coming in from ONIC, because in a way, it seemed like the idea coming in from DEUSVULT is to separate ONIC, let it be like a 1v1 between the junglers to see who has the better retreat. I guess the Sky King Kairi, he won that.
Yeah. Again, you know, on this, the way that it's kind of unfolding here is a lot of these fights, like Trex mentioned earlier too, the timing of that times journey is going to be important, but really what's happening in a lot of these exchanges, especially the Lord dances, and the fact that Sans can get these shots off, right, from a distance. It whittles down the health bars of Devu to a point then where even, for example, you have a Tigreal, but you're half health, even if you land the implosion, most likely you're going to get taken out of the picture right away, right? So that's already a body gone, and that's the hard part, I feel like, for Devu is how do we deal with the siege from the distance, right? How do we get past that? Again, Novaria, this is why she's so impactful for a team, because vision, poke potential, usually she's at the top of the charts, and then by the time the fight breaks out, man, you know, you already have this advantage health bar wise, and the punish is there. So, Devu, how do they adjust from that?
I think maybe, especially if they can get to another Lord fight, if they can get to another 2 Lord fights, they need to. Kairi's good, man.
Yeah.
Kairi's good.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
You gotta maybe push him away. Maybe they use Sawo to help out Magister, give Magister a bit more space, because from what we just saw, Kairi has the better retro game. When it comes down to the 1v1, Kairi will come out on top more times. Maybe Magister gets it here and there, but you can't risk that. You have to kind of tip the odds in your favor a bit. And I know that, you know, Kid Bomba or Sawo, if they waste their energy on Kairi, they might go down for it, because they're going to be prime targets for CW. But it may be worth it in the long haul of things. If they have to take a death for Kid Bomba to secure the Lord and possibly get a bounce back, it might just be what needs to be done.
This is why I kind of felt like perhaps going for kills is a little bit better for DEUSVULT, because ONIC's lineup is a double-edged sword. You got a lot of damage, but you're very squishy at the same time. So if they can find an avenue for them to engage and get the kills, because again, going up a 50-50 with Kairi doesn't feel like a 50-50, and that's part of the reason why I hesitate a little bit on that one, especially because, like you said, Naisu, before the fight even starts, they're starting at a disadvantage. 50% health, not just for Tigreal.
Yeah, everybody.
Even though multiple members of DEUSVULT is starting a fight, handicapped. So I kind of feel like that makes, that's a difference maker there. Sans made sure that if they want to go for a fight, it's a bad idea. If they want to go for the Lord, that's a bad idea. Do absolutely anything. You want to hide in the bushes, he's going to reveal you, and he's going to make it look like it was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, let's say statistically, you already look at junglers versus Kairi in terms of the retribution, you know, and it takes a certain finesse to be able to out-retry him, but then you've got this lineup that's going to whittle you down and give you a disadvantage. And that's what Sans has done time and time again, as he even takes the orange buff here.
All right, so this is going to be the second Lord of the
up.
game. Luckily, DEUSVULT still has all of their tier 2s in each lane, so I think this is definitely survivable, right? This definitely shouldn't be an issue unless they really mess something up.
Oh, Magister has no buffs.
No buffs.
Yeah, that's
no
tough.
buff zone.
No buff for him. They're going to have to deal with this Lord also top side, as it works on that tier 2, making its way to the base of Devu. ONIC now in charge once again on this side of the map as they set things up here to knock on the base of Devu.
Yeah, ONIC is just taking it slow because the Lord is marching and they're moving with the minions as well. We can see on the bottom side of the map, Boots is marching forward. DEUSVULT, they got to make a miracle run here to defend.
Gonna have to deal with it. Oh, Magister gonna get taunted. He's taken out of the picture so quickly. The time's journey from Sunset Lover couldn't even help him. So turret down, top side. ONIC happy with that. Conceal gonna be used. Will be stopped immediately from Sans, playing very forward here as they work on this mid turret. What is DEUSVULT to do here? Trying to defend their base. Even Carvey whittled down. As Sans still goes for that side lane shot, gonna force him back. Sawo gonna be in trouble now as he is taken out of the picture. CW on a killing spree, turret gonna go down, Appraiser's Wrath there too. Carvey trying to keep him at bay, he's all alone though, as he's taken out. Penalty zone to follow up, CW to flicker, but they can't keep it together as it's another kill. ONIC looking to punch it in, wave crashing in here. Magister trying to force CW back. Can they stay in this game a little bit longer? 1 minion left, another wave coming through, and it looks like Devu will hold on in this defense.
Living on a prayer right now, DEUSVULT. This is going to be game number 2 for them that they've hung on like this, right? I mean, this is game 3, but we've seen this kind of defense from them before. How much time do they need to buy, though? This time it's a little bit later in the game than last time. Yes, it's a 6.5K gold lead for the side of ONIC, but I guess it's still 14K until DEUSVULT can kind of max out everybody's items. Taking a look at Carvey, he still needs a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit of time. Lord's going to be up. Does DEUSVULT go for the team fight? Like you were mentioning, LaFell, do they try to zone out Kairi? I mean, there's a lot of options here, but it's going to be tough with all of these bombs in their face.
At this point, just split push, because it's fascinating to see how ONIC, they've been dodging the punctures, making it so that Magister looks like he's making a mistake, but the movement coming in from ONIC, they're just making it like, oh, I'm going to be in this position, you should go here, and then they just avoid it, and then Magister just has no more dashes.
Man, that's the thing. Every single time we see Sawo pop up on the screen, he's half health. Carvey a lot of times too, because of that, you know, the extra hitbox there that this Novaria allows for them to work around. It's a nuisance. I mean, look at Sans right now. Okay, Carvey's had enough.
There we go.
Carvey's had enough as he takes out Sans. Keep Sans in check. You can't do that continuously here.
That could be a nice answer for them. The Lord is coming. It's still 35 seconds till Sans gets here. So without that poke, it's definitely going to be much easier for DEUSVULT to defend this Lord.
Oh yeah, definitely much easier, but again, still going to be pretty difficult. ONIC coming in. Keyboy is going to put all those bombs, and Magister has to keep dashing, but he has to be careful. He's already almost half health.
I think even without Sans here, ONIC can actually end this. It's going to be clearing up really quickly. Still,
they're good.
DEUSVULT still holding on. The decisive action from Kairi there to take out Sans helped them stay in the game a little bit longer. Again, we're talking about buying time is the main thing here for DEUSVULT.
I would say if Sans was alive, maybe couldn't have ended it, but it would have looked very close.
All right, at this point, DEUSVULT, ooh. ONIC not gonna stop at all. They know things could be closable here, and they're just waiting for someone to get caught off guard. It might be Magister.
Yeah, they might actually still look to put the pressure here as they show face into the exposed base of DEUSVULT, but right now, it's apparent. ONIC still able to respect the fact that DEUSVULT has pulled off some amazing defenses so far in this series.
Right now, I want to look at the items. I wonder how many members of DEUSVULT has a Twilight Armor, because I kind of feel like someone needs to tank all these meteors coming in from Sans, and the Twilight Armor is kind of like the answer for that.
Yeah.
And looking at the bodies here, I don't think anyone has Twilight Armor.
I mean, Kid Bomba has been taking the shots to his face and not doing too bad with it, but Sans just does a great job at finding kind of unorthodox angles here and there. And I think Kairi staying maybe a little too close behind some of his frontliners and is catching some of that, that lollipop hit from the meteor.
Okay, still trying to spot out what they can. Sawa goes in with a flicker with the implosion. Time's journey has to be used. They're going to call the retreat, though. Flicker in from Keyboy.
Oh.
Still going to follow up with the reverse time. The jump in from Kid Bomba. CW firing off in the backside, though. Boots trying to keep them at bay on the front side. Kid Bomba will finally get taken down. He's the only one to fall in that exchange. ONIC still going to put the pressure, take these resources, set up for that next Lord.
Good movement coming in from Magister, getting the kill onto Keyboy. Looks like he doesn't want to risk it going for CW. I kind of feel like he's waiting for CW to use his Wind of Nature, and then he's going to fully commit. So I would say good discipline coming in from Magister, not to make a mistake at that point, especially when the Lord is up.
Yeah, but for 3 games, CW has been so hard to find. I almost feel like, does that need to be Magister's main target, or do they just need to, I mean, I know it's hard, but as you mentioned last game, like sometimes just get one here and there. Just one, and he found Keyboy that time, so definitely value, but it's just gonna, CW's been so hard to catch, man. I feel like they need to just try to whittle down everybody one by one. Sans might be the easier target at first.
Yeah, if they can catch Sans, that is going to be crucial. And looking at the items here, yeah, I'm not seeing any Twilight Armor coming in from DEUSVULT, so they can't tank the damage coming in from Sans, so that is going to be a bit of a problem. Magister has enough damage, so just hoping on his damage to actually make a difference here.
Once again, Devu finding themselves on the defense. Lord making its way in the mid lane. ONIC possibly looking to end the game here, looking for a catch themselves. Sawo gonna jump in, end the front line, trying to buy some time here, allow them to extend into this game further as he falls. Lord being worked on, though. Devu holding together.
Ooh.
Sunset Lover, though, taking quite a bit of damage. Penalty zone comes through. He falls. It's a double for CW. Make it a triple. Looking for Kairi as he gets the Maniac. Works on the Crystal. Magister's got the immortality. Will he get the Savage? He couldn't get it. The Sky Kings are out of reach for the Dark Horses DEUSVULT.